skeptical of crypto at one point. He was still skeptical.
I've gotten away with no damage so far. Crypto is real. If you mean blockchain, stable coins, you have a JP Morgan deposit coin, you can move stuff, smart contracts are real, all that stuff is real. It will be used by all of us to facilitate, better transactions and customer service.
If anybody
autonomously making the payment without me needing to enter a credit card or link a bank account or anything. I've given Claude access to the X402 protocol via a wallet. And also X402 has a discovery layer built into it. And so what Claude is able to do is discover things that it can pay for and then pay for them without needing to involve me.
You don't need to be a person to own Bitcoin. And you don't need to be a person to move stable coins around. And one thing I'm sure is that people are not going to think as quick, and they're not going to be as smart, and they're not going to work as hard as the robots and the AIs are. So it'll be a digital economy on digital rails with digital currency and digital capital, and that again is auspicious for the industry, but also it's good for the human race.
Uber, Bitcoin, self-driving cars. Combine those three together and you have the self-owning taxi. A car that is a corporation that owns itself, pays for the car lease, the car insurance, and the gasoline from the revenues it makes, giving passengers a ride, and there's not a single human involved in that matter.
Going to a different economy, and we're going to be learning more about that as we go, but clearly we're learning that things can be done from remote locations. We're learning that technology can replace people even more than we thought.
We're not going back to the same economy. We're recovering, but to a different economy, and it'll be one that is more leveraged to technology. And I worry that that is going to make it even more difficult than it was for many workers.
In Silicon Valley, and my friends who work in technology know that what we did to the manufacturing workers, we are now going to do to the retail workers, the call center workers, the fast food workers, the truck drivers, and then even bookkeepers, accountants, insurance agents, lawyers, and on through the economy. So what happened to the manufacturing workers is a very clear sign.
And so we'll import Chinese-based CBDC technology. So it's going to be CBDC in a box provided to you by the People's Bank of China.
But every stock, every bond, every currency, every commodity, every piece of art, every private business, every piece of real estate will eventually be a token on a blockchain, an entry on a ledger, permanent and immutable. We will have truth instead of trust, and we will save over $7 trillion a year. 6 to 8% of global GDP is wasted by the friction of the trust industry that's necessary when you have dual entry accounting. With triple entry accounting, which is what a blockchain is, we get rid of all of that friction. It's a beautiful future.
Like what you see in China and their social credit scoring systems, right? If we get identity wrong, it could be a tool to enslave humanity. And if we get it right, it could be a tool to liberate humanity. And as an American, I'm obviously rooting for the one that's on the side of freedom.
Bitcoin is an international asset. And also, I do believe the role of crypto is, it's digitizing gold.
I actually believe this technology is going to be very important. Look at it. We have been part of the huge revolution in investing through ETFs. We believe that ETFs will be changing the whole way we invest. Many people still use it as a means, people are investing it for indexing. No, the majority of people who are putting money in in ETFs are active investors that are buying exposure. The entire bond market is being transformed as we talk right now. I believe the next generation for markets, the next generation for securities will be tokenization of securities. And if we could have that distributed ledger that we know every beneficial owner, every beneficial seller, we all have our code of who's buying, who's selling, instantaneous settlement. And think about it, it changes the whole ecosystem.
Chinese bank ICBC has been hit by a ransomware attack, and the U.S. Treasury market, as a result of that, has been disrupted. This, according to the Financial Times. We're getting at more right now with Bloomberg's Shonali Bassick. Shonali, what do we know?
Listen, we have the Financial Times now reporting that ICBC, one of China's largest banks here, was hit with a ransomware attack. And remember, they're a very significant intermediary in the Treasury market. The SIFMA has told its members that this has been part of the reason here that the system is kind of clogged up, if you will, during that auction that we saw a little bit before. The attack had prevented ICBC, according to the Financial Times, from settling Treasury trades on behalf of other market participants. A large executive at a major bank also telling the paper that such a large party on the fixed income clearing corp creates major concerns, potentially impacting the liquidity of Treasury markets. Now,
it was not just a poor auction. It was absolutely lousy. And you know, when the dealers have to step in to save a Treasury auction, that's a rare occurrence. And
welcome to the Crypto Teacher. And guys, please like and subscribe if you do like what you're listening to. Please inform your friends and family and spread it all over social media. It is imperative that we get back to learning finances and understand how the world really works, because once we understand how the world really works, we understand that it is all planned out. Now, I want to thank those who purchased the NWO book and the Crypto Teacher book. The NWO book shows you how the world really works, and especially in the times that we're in right now, it's definitely time for you to wake up out of that sleep. And in 2025, the NWO is going to turn on that alarm clock. It's up to you whether you wake up or not, whether you're going to hit that snooze button. Remember, my people perish from the lack of knowledge because they reject it. And guys, we're going to see stablecoin regulation, which is the foundation of this new digital economy, and it sets up down the road 2028, 2029 for that free money. And I told you that we would get a first quarter pullback, and that's what happened. And then also I told you that tariffs would get stepped up, and that's what happened. Layoffs would pick up. That's what happened. So the Crypto Teacher gives you a warning like Noah and Gilgamesh, whichever one you want to call it. But we will get some type of reset this year. Most likely stable coins are the catalyst. And remember, the Crypto Teacher told you. But we have trillions of dollars sitting on the sideline in money market accounts. And then plus, we know the Fed is going to cut rates. Not a lot this year, but they're definitely going to cut rates. So I see us getting a correction and then moving back up. And then we have the two powerhouses, China and the U.S., will step up these tariffs on each other. And of course, guys, that's going to hit certain parts of the market. But then we also have the hacks. We have the Birdman. We have the drums are beaten, and more movies to come, as we can see. And inflation is going to stay sticky, and layoffs are going to step up while they move in all this automation. And remember, the Crypto Teacher told you. And also, guys, I want to thank those who purchased the 3 Kids books. It's time to re-educate. Also, much love to those who donate to the Cash App, Patreon. Much love. Keep it coming. Guys, if you're not a part of the Patreon, make sure you're donating to the channel through the actual Cash App. But guys, this next Bitcoin and crypto bull run is going to be a utility run. So you want to make sure you have the cryptos that have real utility. And much love to those who are shopping at both stores. Keep it coming. And of course, guys, we get into Bitcoin and cryptos first.
Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel.
And those who've been with me from the beginning know I give you the truth, nothing but the truth. Yes, the truth hurts, but it sets you free. And because I give you the truth, you hate me. But remember, I'm just a watchman on the wall, and we're hearing it from the horse's mouth. Guys, make sure if you're not a part of the Patreons, make sure you're hitting that Cash App. Support this channel. You can look at the views. They definitely shadow ban me, but I try to still get the message out. And I definitely want to shout out those who supported this channel, part of the Patreon, hit the Cash App. You know the work that I put in. And now we're seeing everything that I wrote about, everything I talk about on this channel, putting the Patreons, are coming to life. Guys, it's up to you to push the message. One person can definitely change the world, because it only takes one person to light that fire and it's going to spread. So do not think if it's just little old me, I can't make a difference. Yes, you can. That's what they expect, and that's the reason why they put fake protests, all that stuff out there. So therefore, people sit at home and think somebody else is doing the work for them. No, you have to do the work. You have to put in the time. And sometimes it's not going to pay off. This YouTube channel is not paying off financially, but guess what? It's saving a whole lot of souls. And remember, the crypto teacher told you. Now, getting over to crypto. We have Bitcoin and crypto pulling back, but guys, we know we have futures tomorrow. So we know if we're pulling back now, tomorrow won't be as bad. We probably break even or move up slightly. And then we know on Friday, we always get no's. And then when it comes to the stock market right now, overall, it's down. We do have the Dow slightly up. But we have Trump and Xi meeting, and no matter what the mainstream media tries to sell you, we know the two countries are moving in two separate different ways. The superpowers are definitely eventually going to collide. And how do we know that? We know that because of the BRICS, and China and Russia are definitely together. And then we also see China and Russia and Venezuela. So we definitely hear the drums getting louder, and we know what's going on in the Middle East. But guys, remember, this is a plan. It moves in phases. Do not get distracted. And remember, the crypto teacher told you. Now, make sure you're paying attention to the actual indicators. We have yield rates moving up after the Fed cuts its rate. And we know the market already priced in that 25 basis point cut and then tried to price in another 25 basis point for December. And we saw Jerome Powell shoot that down, and we know why. Because also December 1st, they're going to start running off this balance sheet. So that just lets you know how bad things are. And he stated they're going to be buying the short end of these yields. And we know what's going to happen to that yield curve. And then, guys, we have the dollar right now moving up. We had the BOJ pause. And we know in 2026, eventually, the BOJ has to raise rates. And we know that's going to send a rumble through the economy. And we have volume in crypto. We have Tether and USDC. And then, of course, we have the Fed. Repo at 19 billion. We're seeing it move back up. Make sure you're pulling on a daily basis during the week. And we know the Treasury is buying the long end of that curve. Now, we know the Fed wants to keep rates higher for longer to destroy this legacy market so Trump can build this fourth industrial revolution, where the robots, algorithms, and drones take the economy over, pay each other with crypto, and the sheep go inside the metaverse. And we had Jerome Powell in the house yesterday. Cut 25 basis points, but then also we saw yield rates spike up. And he stated they're going to stop running off the balance sheet December 1st. So that just lets you know we're definitely in trouble. They're trying to maintain this economy until they can launch this fourth industrial revolution. And then on top of it, he stated they're going to be buying the short end of these yields. And we know absolutely no one, and I mean no one, wants the long end of this curve. And that's the reason why the Treasury is helping out, because all these countries are turning their back on the dollar. And we're seeing the new Bretton Woods being built. And of course, that's with the stable coins and the machines. And remember, the crypto teacher told you. And again, we had the BOJ pause, but like I stated, they're not going to be able to pause in 2026. And we also had the ECB pause, but like I told you also, the ECB can't move. And eventually, inflation is going to hit Europe again, and they're going to be stuck. And we have the ECB says their CBDC to launch in 2029. And we know that's Schmeat's a year. 2028, 2029 is Schmeat's a year. And that's when they're going to be sending out that free money. Remember, universal basic income is a global goal. Remember, they ran the test with the C word globally, not just the United States, not just in the East, not just Europe. It was a global test. And remember, the crypto teacher tells you. And make sure you watch the video I did last weekend on the C word inside the Patreon. Remember, your life is an illusion and TV is your reality. Now we have JP Morgan has tokenized a private equity fund on its Connexus fund flow platform with a broader rollout plan for 2026. And we know JP Morgan, these big banks, have been in crypto from the beginning. They sold us the Bitcoin narrative due to the 2008 crisis. It was a great plan, just evil genius. And remember, the crypto teacher told you. And we have Indonesia's digital rupee, CBDC, to get stablecoin companion backed by government bonds. And they'll have tokenized government bonds backed digital securities built on digital rupee CBDC, calling this nation's stablecoin version. And if these stablecoin providers have to buy treasuries, they're nothing but CBDCs. It's keeping the Fed in control of the money supply. And remember, the crypto teacher told you. And we also have Indonesia plans to debut yuan bonds. Now we have the Bitcoin Ethereum spot ETFs, BlackRock, Fidelity, and Grayscale. Bitcoin Ethereum spot ETFs down as I'm doing this video. And we have Bitcoin and Ethereum spot ETFs had outflows yesterday. So guys, make sure you're paying attention to the inflows and outflows. We know when both happen. Beginning of the month, we normally have inflows. At the end of the month, we normally have outflows. And we know finances are definitely boring. But the fact is, once you understand the system, you can take advantage of the system. That's with anything. It's all about the knowledge. And that's the reason why the crypto teacher is here. Make sure you're supporting the channel. Now we have 21 shares, files a S1 with the SEC to launch a hype ETF. Now getting over into a little crypto news. We have MasterCard to acquire crypto infrastructure startup Zero Hash and deal worth up to $2 billion. Also, we have Ondo tokenizes over 100 U.S. stocks and ETFs on BNB chain and taps Chainlink as its Oracle provider. And we know they're giving price feed data to everyone. Chainlink brings all these chains together and giving all that data to Swift. So therefore, Swift has the all-seeing eye. They'll be able to know you better than you know yourself. And remember, the crypto teacher told you. And then lastly, we have Sam Altman back, world's proof of human ID coming to FIFA, NFL, and Pudgy Penguins games. And guys, we know that's how they do it. Bring it to the youth through these video games. And they'll automatically do it just thinking that they're just verifying themselves. They're never thinking of the bigger picture. And when you're looking at all this technology and all of it's going to come together, your whole day and whole life is going to be recorded. And that's the reason why you have to have the knowledge in order to get out the matrix. So therefore, you'll be able to get in the matrix and out the matrix. Same thing that I do on a daily basis. I give you 8 minutes worth of knowledge to get you out the matrix. And we all know a lot of you have to go back in the matrix, whether you're going to your job or whatever you're doing, you have to step back in. And that's the same way you have to think of when it comes to this technology. Yes, you may have to interact with it, but you have to have the knowledge to know I have to step out. And we see it with social media. People lie so much, they believe their own lie and get in too deep. And that's what the NWO is expecting the masses when it comes to the metaverse, the virtual world. You're sitting at home getting free money. You're in there all day, and now you don't want to come out because you're living a fantasy world. And when it comes to the virtual world, if they can download you, they'll be able to delete you. And remember, the crypto teacher told you, because he knows when it comes to the NWO, it's all planned out. But that's all I have for you. Don't forget about the books. Crypto Teacher and the New World Order book, plus the 3 kids books. It's time to re-educate. Also, new to cryptos, Coinbase, Bitrue, Binance. Do not forget book links and crypto links are in the description. The stock channel, guys. Don't forget to go like, subscribe, spread everywhere. You have your Kobo, your chip stocks, your banking, your gaming. While everybody's sitting at home, get on stocks, the Xrp, the biotech stocks. And while everybody's at home wishing they were still getting that free money, what are they doing? Drinking and smoking weed. Don't forget about those stocks, and you have a wonderful day. The most powerful person in the world is the storyteller. The storyteller sets the vision, values, and agenda of an entire generation to come. Steve Jobs. And guys, you know I truly believe in this. When you look at the New World Order, they're the storytellers. And that's the reason why I wrote my New World Order book. But guys, now it's time to change the current generation. And I wrote 3 kids books. You know I love the Trinity because I understand the power that's in it. So I have 3 books. We have an opportunity to change the generation, to educate, not just me, but I want to show you that I take action on a daily basis. And I want you to take action on a daily basis. Whether it's your job, whether it's in your community, we have an opportunity right now to educate the masses. I posted this on my Twitter account. Please share, but this is a short clip of the 3 books. There's going to be a clothing line and action figures. Please get these books for your kids, nephews, cousins, friends, so therefore we can start the re-education now. Because as we see, the 4th Industrial Revolution foundation is definitely here. Robots, algorithms, drones, taking humanity out the picture. We have to re-educate. But let's get into the video.
Part 1. King Joshua and Drama Tam save the village. Part 2. King Joshua and Drama Tam save New York from COVID-33. Part 3. King Joshua and Drama Tam goes to China.
It's mandatory to get part 1, part 2, and part 3 of this series. It's time to re-educate Generation Z.